you've seen Duchess in action in the past. You've seen her name herself. And now she can, Alessia and Mohammed and Maria and I and David have all been working to try to get her a place on the web. And the first feature that we wanted to get done was this Elasticsearch feature. So now she, instead of going out to Wikipedia, it took minutes to crawl Wikipedia to find the answer you were looking for. Now you can find those instantly. We have, Alessia, could you remind me what's in the index? I've forgotten what subject we can talk about. Presidents and machine learning and what else?
Natural language processing, web comic writers, I think regular comic writers, comedians.
Sounds good.
Coronavirus, we can talk about coronavirus.
So that you can do your normal search just like you would on Google or the Wikipedia search bar. It happens instantly. It's using the magic of Elasticsearch and their reverse index and a lot of boosting that Alessia has done to pull out the snippet that's most likely to contain the answer you're looking for. I'm exploring myself. I've not done this. Ooh, this is one interesting. Oh, I see. So this is the definition of natural language itself, rather than natural language processing. But so you can do your normal searches and gain a lot of knowledge. So the goal for Query is to be able to be an honest broker of actual real information. And so we've added the bots that are available to that system. So you can now ask her a question, and she will use, like in this particular case, we asked, where was Barack Obama born? Hope she's still working. And it takes up to 20 seconds to find articles about Barack Obama, and then extract that answer as an actual fact from that article. Still working. Maybe I'll go ahead and give it another one. Can somebody else give me a question about presidents, natural language processing, machine learning, any of the subjects that Alessia mentioned?
What day did Nixon resign?
I'm going to add the presidency just to give her a better chance. Okay, so it got Honolulu correct, and we'll have to wait another 20 seconds for, oh, it aired out pretty quickly there. I'm not sure exactly why. When was Nixon president? Nixon inaugurated. Obviously, we have still a lot of work to do, and that's going to be what I'm going to be proposing as a poll on the channel at, am I sharing my, okay.
We can see your screen.
Okay, great, excellent. I'm going to do a poll over on the general channel on Slack to ask you guys what you would like to see us to work on next. So where did Slack go? The Duchess has some awards as well. Oh, here it is. So the poll is going to be just the ways we can improve her. Obviously, getting faster is going to be one of those. Oops. Oh, there it is. So if you could help us narrow down our focus and get the things so faster, smarter, fewer wrong answers, more flexible. So scrape Wikipedia dynamically as you ask about subjects she doesn't know about. Teachable, so you can upload your own documents for her to index and ask questions about. customizable, so you can add some of those other personalities we've used before, like Eliza or the glossary bot or the fact bot or any of the, or the movie bot. I think Mohammed is going to show you the movie bot. That's pretty entertaining. Or personalizable, so that you can actually have a user account, so that you can mix and match those skills to your preferences and come back and it will still be that way. Upload your own private documents without others being able to search them and ask questions of them. So which of those would you like to see happen first? And we'll get on it. Let's see, what else can I demonstrate? Oh, I can give you an overview of the code so you know where to go. So also, I'm going to be awarding the first contributor over the next month before the next presentation with a free T-shirt and announcement of your gesture status for being fast and nimble. Then the Joan of Arc Award will go to the purest code commit request or merge request with no flake errors or no and high coverage if you've written some tests to go along with it, an actual substantive commit. And knighthood will be the best new contribution in May. That'll be another poll that we'll throw up on the Python user group Slack. And for that, you'll get a print book, a T-shirt, and a subscription, lifetime subscription to the query service, whatever that becomes over time. Even any sort of all the developer features, the backend features that we were able to see in terms of analytics and the API. So you'll have a full lifetime access, just like all the other core contributors, for if you just give us one contribution. So that's what it looks like. The poll is showing up that we're going to have to, she's going to have to get a lot faster. So that we'll get on that. That one's going to be tricky. Oh no, it won't. We'll use celery. I think David, you've done a presentation on celery before, haven't you? Or somebody has. Django celery is a great way to parallelize things and allow her to read multiple documents at once to get these answers out faster. So we'll work on that. Any more questions from the audience? It looks like she's not very good at getting an actual answer, but she's able to find those pages. In the 20 seconds we've allotted before she times out, she comes back with nothing for that Nixon question. Can we one other one that might be a little? Alessia, do you remember any questions she was able to answer in the past?
I think it was doing pretty well on the what are the symptoms, coronavirus symptoms, for example. That was
okay. Could you give me an example?
What are the symptoms of coronavirus?
What are the symptoms? I'm not sure what's driving it to not come back with any answers at all. I've put some switches in there to check to see as it's going through all the answers to stop after 20 seconds. Darn. So I wonder if it can still answer the Barack Obama question.
A question for you, Hobson. On the back end, can you see what kind of analytics that this did to try to come up with that answer?
Absolutely. So we got some logging. I can show that. So all of this work, this was the most painful thing for me. I'm not a DevOps person. I'm more of a data scientist. But yes, I'll bring up the logs. So actually, let's exit out of it. So this is inside the web container. I'll get the logs here. There they are. So you can see we're recording all the queries and everything that's going on in the back end. There's a lot of debug messages that are coming through saying what she's doing and what pages she's found and how it's going. When was Barack Obama born? We'll see that one come across. And please be gentle. She's running on a single CPU at the moment, droplet. So if you guys want to play with it as she comes up and comes down over the next few weeks as we work on her, she'll be up and down randomly, but go easy on her because there'll be a lot of other people taxing that one CPU. That's all I've got. It's a short and sweet lightning talk. Any questions? Well, I guess I should show the code. I mentioned that.
I've got a second question. Ultimately, if let's say the source is Wikipedia, will qary be able to sort of aggregate answers? Like if you said how many presidents were assassinated, would it go into several presidents?
No, she's looking for very straightforward answers that can be stated basically in a sentence. So in a single sentence on the document. So it's Alessia's targeting a paragraph or a snippet of about 512 characters, and that's what she's reading. And it has to be, the answer has to be contained within that. And the logic of that, that the BERT underlying machine learning algorithm that we're using, it can only handle typically, a sentence's worth of logic of connections between events and things in the document. So things like when was somebody born, where was somebody born, how, what is someone's occupation, all the stuff that's in the natural language part of the document, not the stuff that's in the tabular on the sidebar in a table. Oh, there was one that Maria came up with that worked really well. How many calories in a Snickers bar? Unfortunately, I don't think we indexed that.
I don't think so.
But once we get her flexible so that she can, oh, yes. Okay, so there's nothing at all relevant to that topic.
I think she's for healthy eating.
So but there was she did work that way when we were allowing her to scrape the web dynamically and take minutes to go out there and find it. She did find that answer and gave it accurately. Any other questions? Oh, the code. So it's at Tangible AI / qary, QARY, or qary, depending on, and we'll go with whoever the majority is that wins. It's on GitLab though, not GitHub. We were preferring to support a more open platform. So that's it. There's a lot of issues, and you can feel free to add your own. If you're wanting to compete for those prizes, you can find the issues and there are 2 repositories you can contribute to. So there's web development options for HTML and JavaScript on the Django query site, on the Django query repository. I'll put these links on the Slack and in, as well as in the chat session here. And you can, so Django query is where the web application exists. It's in the app folder. There's the main app where you'd find your settings as normal, but the actual templates that are doing the magic. It's a single page app, including the 2 different pages of, so there's only one template that you have to mess with. And it's got your typical, a Django template language markup. So you add in, actually, of course, yeah, so you've got where you can insert the reply if it's available, or just the search results. And so we need a lot of help with the styling if you want to help there. And there's the query repository is the natural language processing. You can do pretty simple stuff if you'd like in Python, or even just help us with the documentation or testing. Give us some questions or some facts. There's a lot of opportunity to do things like build up our database of frequently asked questions in the data directory under FAQ. So these are data science frequently asked questions. During my mentoring, I help people get up to speed on data science. And so I record a lot of their frequently asked questions so that Duchess can answer those. When you turn on the FAQ bot, that's only available to on the command line at the moment. What else? So anyway, I've taken up more than 5 minutes, I'm sure.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. That was really good.
Oh, may I ask one more quick question?
Go for it.
Yes.
Hobson, let's say we fed in like a single Wikipedia article, like a flat text file. Does the indexing figure out every sentence, like what it means, and make up all the questions kind of that sentence could answer?
It does it dynamically on the fly. So at first it uses Elasticsearch just to find those paragraphs and sentences based on the words in your question. And then BERT comes in behind Elasticsearch to read all those paragraphs. It's like a reading comprehension test. That's what these algorithms are trained to do. They read a document and they answer a question based on that document. So the answer has to be present in that document for it to be able to find it. It doesn't build up a database of facts, but that's what David Martinez is working on. We are going to build up what's called a knowledge graph, similar to what Google does, so that we can answer factual questions that have been answered in the past without having to look them up in the free form text.
Thank you. Yeah, similar to IBM Watson, I guess.
Exactly.
Thank you, Hobson, and thank you, Kat, by the way.